Jesus described this in an encounter that he had with a religious guy named Nicodemus in John chapter 3. Nicodemus was this really smart religious guy, and he came up to Jesus at one point in the shroud of night. Like, he didn't want anybody to see this. It was a secret meeting because he's like, if anybody sees me doing this, I could get in trouble. But he was really intrigued by Jesus' teaching. And he said, hey, I love what you're saying. How can I access that? And Jesus comes at him with a sharp left hook and says, you need to be born again. And Nicodemus is like, what are you talking about? I mean, you talking about like getting back into the birth canal and then all that? Like, that's really weird and gross, by the way. But like, and Jesus is like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a spiritual rebirth. You were born physically, but I'm talking about a spiritual rebirth. Like you were dead, and I'm talking about you coming back to life at a spiritual level. That's what I'm talking about here. And what he wanted Nicodemus to know is that Jesus isn't just a supplement to your life. He's not just an add-on. Not just like as if you and I are pretty good and we just needed a little bit of a pick-me-up. Jesus said we are spiritually dead because of our sin, because we walked away from God and we didn't consider him the one worth following. We just did our own thing and acted selfishly, didn't factor God into our equation in life. He says because of that selfishness, we are dead in our sins. But when Jesus came, he came to make us new, to transform us, to give us a new birth, to make us come back to life. And one of the things I was trying to think about this week to illustrate this is like when we got our house a couple years ago, everything looked good on the outside. How many of you know, like, if someone's like selling a house, they can kind of do a slap job on some things? Well, we looked at the back porch and we're like, this is pretty great. So it looks like a great back porch. 2 years into it now, we're realizing it's not so great. So they spray painted the back porch with this kind of protective coat, and it looked great, it looked solid at first, and now like half the boards are rotting from the inside. It's dead on the inside, and like, we could try to spray paint something new on the top of it, but it doesn't need just a little add-on. It needs a renovation, like a complete redo. That's what Jesus is talking about here. He's not saying you just need a little add-on. You need to be renovated. Like from the inside out, your soul needs to come back to life.